Hello, welcome to Wealth Matrix. And today it's week 6, and we will speak about our inner power. Hi, Ahmed.
Hello, how are you today, Elena?
Great, and excited about our next episode because we are going to share so much value with people.
Amazing. So it's a powerful episode today, and as usual, we're almost at the half of our journey. So I want everyone, as usual, to prepare a pen and a paper and open their mind and listen with an open heart.
Let's go.
So today we're talking about the inner power, and once we are talking about the inner power, we have to define that because most of the leaders talk that if we want to control our life, we must live from inside. Have you heard about living from inside? So most of us have seen that everywhere, but today we'll dive deep inside. What's the inside? And how can we have control of our life? And the first step is about responsibility. And here's a step of once you take a responsibility, this is the key to freedom. So one of the main keys to freedom, because since we're talking about a wealth matrix, it's more than one key, and we will be giving you all the keys through this journey. So you have all the keys to create a life of freedom. And not only that, we'll keep you in a continuous quantum leap through the journey. So one of the main thing is not only getting and gathering information. You are here not to gather information because you're enough gathering information. Now it's time to transform. And in every episode, we're giving you all the tools, all the roadmap that you should follow. And you have to be committed. That's why we put big goals, extraordinary goals, inspiring goals to feed you with the energy required to move through the way. So another point I would add here is the repetition and the power of the repetition, because it's not enough. And there will be, Elena, a specific model or episode about the power of repetition to build momentum. And here you should be every model or every episode, you should be reviewing it. You should be rethinking about your goal and then rewrite it to make it as clear as a clear image in front of the image of your mind. Through internalizing this image, you will be building those images and building the successful habits. Systematically, you'll be raising your conscious awareness.
Yes, and this is very different approach to study and for digesting information, because initially when you just look how we studied before in school, we were conditioned to read the book or read the subject and then repeat it, and we got our grades and we forgot. Now if you look back, most of things which you learned in school or university you cannot remember. And now we speak about the knowledge which has the power to literally transform your life. And it is not just the knowledge. When you do what we suggest you to do, when you implement daily the practice which we share here, you will see how you will become a different person. You will see how your thoughts change, how your attitude change. You become more present. You understand what is going in your mind. You get in control of your thoughts, your feelings, and actions. And this is how you will see the shift in your results, because the results will change after you change. And that is why today module is so important, to understand your inner power and start getting control, starting getting results which you want.
As you said, and understanding is the key to freedom, but it's not enough to understand. You have to practice. And I'm talking about deliberate practice, like practicing it every day. And here's how you'll create a shift from being a victim in your life, in your circumstances, or even your environment, to be a leader and take control of your life. And here how you get rid of all the lack and limitation mindset. And you create a shift to the abundance and getting rid of all the scarcity mindset. But I would love to start this model with a quote from Napoleon Hill. I will be reading it. An educated person is not necessarily one who has an abundance of general or specialized knowledge, which is we took in school, university, or anywhere. An educated person is the one who has developed the faculties of their mind that they made it acquired anything that they want or its equivalent without violating the other rights of others. So he's talking about mental faculties. So today we'll be diving deep inside of our inner power and explaining what does that mean we have infinite potential, and explaining why we say that we don't have any limits to where we can go. And I would start with this, my friend, the stick person, which we discussed in previous models, explaining this is the mind because we think in images. And now you have a clear image of your goal and it's in front of you. It should be there. So all of us, all the dreams that we have, all our thoughts that we have, or of what the essence of who we are starts in our here, in our subconscious mind. And from this point, because everyone is unique, everyone have different goals. Whether you are aware or you're not aware, everyone have goals. Some of them have average, some have big goals or good goals, or some have average goals. The thing what happens is this will be channeled up to the conscious mind as using your imagination, but most of us, they are afraid from that idea, and then it will run away and their dream fizzles. So what I want from you, whenever you have big goals and it's coming like an imagination, because the way how to start is imagination, and today we're explaining deep about imagination. The point is, in the conscious mind, you must accept it if that's what you really want. That's why through all our models, we always ask, what do you really want? And once you accept this idea, and through repetition, you internalize it in the subconscious mind back to become a desire, a burning desire. That's what I want. No matter what happens, that's what I want. That's how badly I want it. And this will start altering your vibration to create different actions. But the thing is, consciously, we want it. And unfortunately, most of us being conditioned to use our five senses. That's why most of the people I met are stuck. This is one of the main reasons that why people are stuck. They are seeing the results which they are creating, and that's why they're always seeing the same results, and they're internalizing it to the subconscious mind and then getting the same results. And that's why I call them, those are the lower faculties. The five senses, they are lower faculties, that they are flowing lots of information to the conscious mind, and the conscious mind unconsciously unable to control it. What should I accept? What should I reject? Because some of them, they don't have a clear goal in front of them. Some of them, they think about the goal sometimes, not all the day, because what we become what we think about all the day. So now, by this point, you must have an extraordinary goal, no matter the circumstances. I'm not saying to ignore it. I'm saying to observe it, because our results always tell us the truth. Always, not sometimes. And today we'll be controlling that. You're muted.
Yes, I want to tell about five senses also that
Sure.
they're giving us to enjoy life. Just think about this.
Yeah,
Ability to see. It is given us that we can see all these beautiful colors. Yes, everything what is created for us to enjoy. Also, here we can hear the music, yes, sounds, enjoy that. Taste, we can taste and enjoy the food. So all these five senses, like touch also, yes, we enjoy from touching things. So all these five senses are given to us to enjoy life, not to dictate us what we can do. Yes, so
exactly.
this is what we use to enjoy life, but we don't allow five senses to control our life and to tell us what is possible for us and what is not possible, we have to start operating on the basis of high mental faculties. When this is how we get the power back. And instead of just living in that mental activities, which is controlled by five senses, and this is how people usually react at things instead of thinking and acting according to their will. Yes, we when we understand that we have this power and we have the tools which are given to us to be in command, to be in command of our mind, to choose what we want, as we set that big goal, and then we get everything what we do, we think, what we feel in alignment with that goal. And this is how we start creating process. This is how manifestation works.
I would love to add also, as Elena said, the five senses are here to enjoy life and to protect ourselves, to protect you and keep you safe. When I say that, why once we understand that why the five senses are here, and once we start using them the right way, this is how we start understanding ourselves. So it's not how we're being used to live through this life and make decisions based on those five senses. We have to control those five senses, and that's why today we'll be going to introduce to the mental faculties. And those mental faculties, because the mind, they are in the conscious mind, but unfortunately most of the people, they're using it in the wrong way. Some of them, they don't know that we have this mental faculty. Some of them, they know, but they're using it in the wrong way. So today we'll be discussing how to use it and how to develop it and how to master your mental faculties, because the mind is the greatest power of all creations. And what makes it different from all creations is the higher mental faculties and not the lower mental faculties, because other animals have the lower mental faculties. So those higher mental faculties, it's like a mind altering box that we'll use to create different results, that the results what we want. And once we control those and we develop it, we can start conditioning the five senses to see our goal, to feel it, and we achieve it.
Yes, and more we learn about our high mental faculties and start bringing them to the life and seeing how they really work. Yes, it is like muscles. Initially, if we don't use them, they will be weak. So we start to practicing, and then we will see that this works. Yes, this is how we start getting results which we want. This is how confidence comes back, because we decide something, we act something, and we don't look anymore to this physical reality. We have to create a new habit to be detached to the physical reality, to the facts, so called, because we should understand that these facts are not facts for future. These facts are results of our thoughts, decisions, and actions which we took in the past. So we cannot base our future plans based on the facts which came from our previous thinking. Now, when we shift our thinking, we shift our mindset, we learn how we have to think. And this is how we get detached. We start getting more in control, and we focus more on using the high mental faculties, which we will speak about more in details about each of them.
And this is the way how you'll master your life and master your results. The six mental faculties are first the imagination, the perception, the will, the reason, the memory, and the intuition. We'll go one by one and we'll explain to it how to use it and how to develop it. And this is the way how we can start living from inside out and creating the results and taking control of our lives instead of blaming and playing the victim. This is how we take control. This is how we make a shift in our vibration, because we talk about the vibration. Law of vibration is the primary law. It defines what emotional state we are at. And what defines our emotional state is our mental faculties and the use of the mental faculties. So the subconscious mind have two languages, the images and the vibrations. So once we set this is how we make control from inside and create later physically the results, the desired results and desired goal outside. And here the thing, it depends on everyone who's listening to us. It depends of their ability to lead themselves. It's the ability to stay in charge no matter the circumstances. It's a decision because it's your choice. And that's why I said at the beginning, responsibility is the key to freedom. Once you say that that's it and put a line in the sand, that's my life, no matter what happens in the past, now I want to create a shift. And once you start making this, because it depends on you, what are you focusing on? If you keep focusing on the problems and the challenges, it will grow. But if you make a shift and start focusing on the solutions, you'll be like a solution seeker. There will be a huge shift in your life. Because in this life, nothing is happening to you. Nothing. It's happening for you. You have to understand that. And everything happens inside first, and the outside is only a reflection from the inside. So all the things, the results, the circumstances, and even everything around you, the environment, it's a reflection of what's going on inside of you. And everything is happening for you to grow. So each challenge, each problem is a challenge. It's for you to grow. It's for you to become the person you want to become, to achieve the goal that your desired goal that you're thinking you want to achieve it.
Yes, so let's now go one by one.
Sure.
And we'll speak about each of these high mental faculties and how it can help us to use them in our life to achieve the results we want.
Yeah, I would love to talk about the imagination. It's one of the mental faculties that really changed my life. I never thought that just using or developing one mental muscle will create this shift in my life, because most of us are using this mental muscle, this which is the imagination, but they are using against themselves. They are imagining and desiring the bad things, not the good things, and they're thinking of images of the not the things that they want, and that's why they are getting it. So everyone is listening to us, I want him or her to think of each of those 6 mental faculties and see where they have gaps and start working on them every 30 days. So don't work on them all together at the same time. It's not easy. I want you to listen to each one of those mental faculties and start seeing where do you have gaps so you could strengthen it. And it's like a muscle. Once you use it, this is the only way to develop it. There's no other way other than using it. So if we talk about imagination, and let me tell you this, my book that's coming to be launched very soon, it's the concept of the book is about imagination. And what makes me write this book is the imagination. Imagination, it's since we are dreaming big, we have big goals. You must be using an open mindset, a growth mindset, not a closed mindset. And this is how imagination will take you everywhere. Because if you start imagining not the good things, the bad situation, and things will not work, or I cannot do this, this will create and will shape in your reality. And as Einstein said, that knowledge will take you from A to B, which is the logic, but imagination could take you everywhere. And I want everyone who's listening to us to understand this, that everything is created twice. First, as an image in our mind, and then physically outside. And even your goal now, you must have a clear image, imagining it, visualizing it every day until it's a clear image, so it will be physically manifested outside. And how to develop this? Practicing it and visualizing every day, relaxed state, calm state, asking yourself impact questions. And once you start visualizing the final image of the goal manifested in the morning routine and even before you go to sleep, that's how you start focusing on your new you. Imagination will take you for action, because once you are visualizing, you start getting new ideas. I want you to write it down. And once you get it down, I want you to take action. Do it now, immediately. If you just know what you really want, if you activate this imagination for the next 30 days, there will be a huge shift in your life. And never use it against you. Never, ever. Be aware. Be conscious once you are using it, because imagination will stretch you. Imagination will expand you. Imagination will help you to create and dream big.
Yes, great. And I want to speak about perception.
Sure.
Perception is ability to give meaning to things, to see the picture from different point of view. So it is very related to attitude, because the attitude comes from giving meaning to things. And when we understand the power of perception, it helps us to see different situations which happens from the way how we want them to see. It means that, for example, as Ahmed said, that everything happens for us. So when the negative situation happens, there are different way how to respond to the situation. Most people would react and say, "Oh, why this happened to me? Why I'm so unlucky? Why again this situation which put me in such place which I have to now solve so many problems?" Yes, and this is just can be going on and on. And when we know that everything happens for me, it is different interpretation. Yes, so different perception here, that we can see this situation. What is it for me in this situation? What I can learn, how I can grow, how I can improve my actions or decisions next time, not to repeat the situation, so it will not get repeated. Because most of time you can see in your life that similar situations happen again and again. And if people just think that somebody else is responsible and they don't see themselves responsible, it means that they don't take any actions to change their perception and to change their actions. And this is how the situation repeats again and again, even in the bigger scale. And sometimes something really bad happens. And then the person wakes up. We call it as emotional shock. Yes, emotional impact. When people wake up and say, "Oh, now I understood. I had these situations in the past. I didn't put attention, and now see what is the big problem I have now." And this is how people start looking at themselves, how they can change and grow. So we don't want you to wait till those big situations happens. And this is why it is very good to use this faculty perception and be aware of the situation. Is it good or is it bad? It doesn't matter. You can learn, you can grow, and you can evolve to become better in your decisions, better in your choices, and this will work for you. And again, this is not only about yourself. Perception helps also with communication with other people. When you have discussion and another person look at the same situation or object and has different opinion, you will not judge them that they are wrong, because you know that you are right. And everybody who says his opinion which is different from your point of view, automatically many people will just say no, he is wrong or he lies or whatever. Yes, because we have that judge inside of us who will very be activated when we every time see somebody doesn't share our opinion. So perception helps us to understand that nobody is wrong and right. The person, even if his opinion is different, can also be right, just because his point of view is different and he look at the same situation from the different point of view. And this will help to have better communication, better understanding, and also look at things ability. Yes, develop that ability to look at things from different perceptions, to respect people and see the picture in the bigger scale and in full, and then also will lead to better decisions.
Nice. And then we have the intuition. And intuition, you have to understand your mind and the paradigms, because it's the ability to read the vibrations of others. And we talk about, and even the inside vibrations, which is the feelings. Feelings is the conscious. understanding of those vibration, of those feelings. But intuition is the inner dialogue. And this inner dialogue, you must be calm. You can never listen to this low voice if you're not calm and focused and relaxed state. So all those, even all the mental faculties, you must be always calm, focused, and relaxed, and letting go, just be things as it is, and listen to the inside. It's going deep inside. It's like emotional spirit. It's like asking God for help sometimes, all the time, not sometimes, all the time. And once you meet someone, you'll feel that vibration from them. Or sometimes by you, if you have any situation or any case or anything from the environment around of you, is listening to the inside. You listen to two voices, one small voice and there's a big voice. First, you listen to the small voice. That would be your intuition. So whatever the situation in front of you, I want you to be calm, relax, and focus, and listen to the first low voice, because this is your intuition, is the ability to just listen to it, because after that voice there will be a big voice. That one high voice would be your paradigm, the thing that will hold you back, the thing that will make you make wrong decisions. So you must trust yourself. You must, once I say trust your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind will hold you back. And once you get that voice, I want you to write it down and do it now. Don't question it, because the second you start questioning it, you'll be lost. And always ask for guidance from God and from the specialized people, and listen to your intuition. And this is the best way to get the right decisions.
And now I want to speak about the will. The will is such important tool which we have. And the will is ability to focus on one thing, one what you want, to the exclusion of everything else. This is how we develop this muscle when we focus our attention and we don't allow anything else to disrupt us. And we don't jump from one task to another task. There are good techniques which we will include in the workbook, which you can practice to develop your will. And when you develop your will to focus on one thing for 5 minutes, for example, not to think about anything else, think about one thing, you will see how you will improve your focus in doing different tasks. And you will be more productive, more efficient when you know what you want to achieve. It can be your goal, it can be your daily tasks. When you will develop this ability to do one task at a time, to be fully present and not allow anything to disrupt you. And also, this is for the big goal. When you know that what I really want, and other things which come to your life which are not aligned with the goal, you will say them no. Because many people have this problem that they know what they want, but they get disrupted so fast, and they jump from one decision to another decision, and they don't get anywhere. So what we want you to do is to focus on one big goal and get everything aligned with that goal, and develop your will to say no for everything what doesn't match it. And when you achieve your goal, then you set another goal and you do the same.
Now I'll talk about reasoning. And reasoning is the ability to think. And here's the code that 2% think of the people think, 3% they think that they're thinking, and 95% they would rather die than thinking. So most of the people will tell me, I'm thinking. Mental activities is not a way of thinking. It's not consist of thinking. And that's why to activate this mental muscle, you must ask yourself impact questions. So a good way is also, I always say, being calm, focused, relax, okay? And go inside, make a big circle on a paper, because journaling, it's one of the best way for thinking and draining all the thoughts. So make a big circle, write your extraordinary goal in the middle, and connect it with ideas. Start writing ideas. Don't ask how. This is the trick of activating this muscle. Ask empowering questions through what or who. Whom should I contact? Where should I go? And what action I must take? Those questions, such questions will keep you start thinking. Thinking is the ability to get out of your head, of your logic, and start activating all the mental muscles through thinking in a different way, thinking in a certain way. And that's how you start aligning your thoughts with your goal, and you start attracting new ideas and new thoughts towards your goal.
Yes, amazing, amazing quality. And the next quality which we want to speak about is memory. Usually people use memory to remember things in the past. But today we want also to show you that the memory can be used for the future events. When we combine imagination and think what we really want to achieve in the future, we can use that memory in our daily life to think from that place, because the only way to get different results in your life is when you start thinking, feeling, and acting as the person who is already aligned with your goal. This is how you become energetic magnet, yes, to your goal and to everything what is necessary to attract in your life. So the only way how you can start thinking, feeling, and acting is to use your memory. When you go to your imagination and you imagine yourself, you visualize yourself, how you will speak, how you will walk, how you will talk, what person you will be, how your life will be. And then you remember all those feelings and those pictures which you created in your mind initially, and then you bring them to your life and you start acting and thinking, feeling as that person. And this is how you will see that everything starts getting aligned and you start attracting necessary people, necessary situations, and get to results which you want.
I love what you said. And so now you have a clear image of all those six mental faculties. So what you have to do is take one of them, or maybe to make one primary and the other maybe secondary, that you have to be practicing it for the next 30 days every day. That's how the deliberate practice. This is how the ability to raise your awareness. This is the ability to think, and this is how the ability to create. So in this way, the main thing is to stay calm. It's not about the effort you do. It's not about the more effort or more working hours. It's not about the specialized knowledge. It's about developing this mental faculties, being in the relaxed state, being quiet. This is how you strengthen it, because those six mental faculties will define your emotional state. So your emotional state, because that's why I concentrate on the emotional state, because what happens, this is the process. We start thinking will create the feelings will create the vibration that what makes us act. And once we act, by law, any action, there's a reaction which will create the results, which are the conditions, circumstances, and the environment that we are in. But if we connect all the lesson together, and we said think from inside out, you must activate those mental faculties and just respond to conditions, circumstances that they are currently now in the environment, and don't react to it. Because if you react, you'll be out of control, and then the environment is controlling you, and you lose control of everything. But if you respond, I'm not saying ignore your results, just respond to it, because results always say the truth, tell the truth. Respond to it and ask yourself what thoughts I must change. Because once you make a shift in the thoughts, then feelings will change, then actions will change. So this is the key here, is activating the six mental faculties to define your emotional state. Number two, define new images, which is images of your goal and only your goal.
Yes, and as Ahmed said, it is not about hard work, it is more about awareness. being present and being aware of your thoughts, of your actions, of your feelings, and see how you can use all these six high mental faculties we just described in your everyday life. And again, don't focus on them, all of them at the same time. Choose one, practice it, see how this muscle get built, it becomes strong, and then choose another one, and you will see how you become more present. You will see things brighter, you will be in control, you will see that you are not driven by those mental different commands which usually people uh, automatically bring up. Yes, you will become more present, more grounded, more thoughtful, and your decisions will be different. Your decisions will be more empowering. It will come from the place that you understand what you can do, how you can use these mental activities to achieve your big goals.
So now it's your responsibility to use those mental faculties that it's yours, and God gave it to you to use it in the good, the desire of achieving your goal and move you to where you want to go. And this is here you have to start building this new image, the image of you and your goal. And from that point, because imagination will push you to take action. So imagination is the first step. And once you have to make action, you just not write it down as a plan, you have to do it, even before you are ready. This is the main thing. And there's a one model, just we'll be talking about this action and decision because it's so essential. So that now, whenever any thoughts comes to you, just write it down and do it now.
Yes, and you can even measure your progress in this. For example, now you can see how much are you controlled by five senses. For example, five senses, 100%, high mental faculty is zero. And then when you can start developing, then you will see how more percent you start using your high mental faculties and how less you will make base your decisions on the high mental faculties. And this is how you will see improvement in your results. So you can see how you grow and how you in time, more you develop high mental faculties, more detached you will be from your facts, and more empowering you will feel because they will not dictate you anymore. You will get control back. You will see that it is you who decide what you want to do, what you can do. And this is always when you say I can, then you start using these high mental faculties, and you will see that you will be guided. Again, intuition is such a big gift, because when you start to trust universe, and not just think that you know everything better and you have to decide everything. When you start developing intuition, you will start more being in this state, like letting it go, let it uncover as it should, like the universe, that universal intelligence will also start playing role in your decisions. Because when you think that you have to decide and you have to do, it looks like you don't trust the universal intelligence. When you start letting it go, you become more relaxed and you do what is your part, and you will see like invisible hand is guiding you. You will start listening to those voices inside of you, seeing the signs, getting ideas, and this is how you will grow and see how closer you start getting to your goals.
I love what you said. And now it's your responsibility. You be aware of those gifts. I want you to enjoy this journey. Enjoy every single development you're getting and you're growing into, and be aware of every second around you. And that's the way how you live from inside out and not the outside in. This is by law, and this is how you get wherever you want to go. Thank you.
Yes, it was amazing, amazing lesson which we recorded for you today. So take action, and we will see you next week.